Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris, presenting Sprint 3 for this doing Sprint 3 presentation for this on this occasion. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, introduction. So we'll have this is an overview of the Sprint 3 goals. So the objectives of the sprints are: one, authorization functionality and mobile responsiveness. Next slide, please. And the key features for this sprint, as been highlighted here, which in bullet points, which is the get started button, the sign up button, the login button, terms and conditions, privacy policy, header, header mobile device, home button, mobile device, header menu, mobile device, hamburger menu, mobile device, and so on. And the team members for this for BA is myself and Constance Aboli. So accomplishments. So we have at the start of the sprint we had about 22 PBIs for the sprint, and up to date this point we've completed about 21 out of the 22 deliverables. So like I said, accomplishments. The header mobile device clickable able has been done. The logo, the sign up button, the login button, terms and condition uh, link, privacy policy link, home button, mobile device, header menu, mobile device, and hamburger menu, mobile device, etc. So here I've highlighted on this slide, we have highlighted some of the user stories for the sprint and then the acceptance criteria. This is one of the user stories that we worked on for the header mobile device clickable. So which is a series of mentor synergy website. I want the header to provide easy navigation and quick access to important features so that I can move seamlessly between different sections of the website. And there is a acceptance criteria. Given that I'm on the mentor synergy website, when I view the header and I click on the hamburger icon, then the hamburger is on the right of the header, and the hamburger icon displays about us button, find a mentor button, contact us button, sign up button, and the additional information is the hamburger icon should contain home, about us button, find a mentor button, contact us button, login button, and sign up. And so when we go to the next slide, highlighted here or displayed here is the wireframe for that particular user story. For the mobile device, you can see here the homepage for the mobile device, the header for the mobile device, and the hamburger icon. When clicked on this, you see on the far right of this wireframe. Next slide. And same again, you can see for the terms and condition as well. And the next slide here, talks about the user story for the logo, which we also developed. User story and the description and the acceptance criteria for the logo, right, in terms of the mobile device. I don't know if you want me to read it through it, but if you go to the next slide, you see the wireframe for that as well, which is has been displayed on this slide. And there is the logo. And as well, I've highlighted another user story for the sign up for mobile device, which you can see here. And then the next slide, we also highlighted the wireframe, which we have developed for this project. Um, so if you go to the next slide, the login button as well, you can see login button clickable. That's the user story as well. And then the next slide again, you see the wireframe that we have developed. So obviously, you can see from the header menu that when you click on the login button, it takes you straight to the login page where the user can log in and sign on to the website. That's been depicted by this wireframe here. Next. And as well as the terms and condition mobile device, that's the user story, and the description and the acceptance criteria, that's the user story for the terms and condition mobile device. And then we'll go on to the next slide, we'll see the wireframe. Obviously here, the first wireframe shows the mobile homepage for the mobile device. And then down there is the term and condition. So when you click on the link for the terms and condition, it takes you to the terms and condition page, which is highlighted here in the next wireframe on the right here. So we have developed an active parts for this project, which is a project glossary. Here we have all the terms that we have come across in terms of as we get along in this project. I've put them all together as a glossary for this project. This is just a snippet of it. Goes all the way to letter Z. Because of space, we can't put all of them here. So and these are key metrics. So at the start of this sprint, like I said earlier, we had 22 PBIs, and so we wrote 22 user stories. And out of the 22 user stories, we have completed 21, and all 21 is done now. 22 are in UAT, 21 in UAT done, and 21 done. So we have 21 deliverables in total for these sprints. And here is an extract from the what do you call it? From this is an extract from the uh, from the board, Azure board, sorry, showing the sprint 3 burn down chart. So you can see it shows as of today we are at 8%. The project is at or this sprint is at 88% completed in terms of this sprint 3. So if we go on to the next slide. Okay. So in the course of the sprint, we had a little challenges, and one being that having the time to collaborate or meet with the PO, obviously due to different time zones, was a little challenging to have to organize meetings. But however, we're able to mitigate that by having a special, dedicated day of the week to meet with the PO in order to be able to get our requirements, elicitation, and clarification in terms where needed. So we had to be meeting with our PO once every Saturday, and that was one of the ways we were able to mitigate against the challenges we have. One of the challenges we had, which stems from different time zones, and also this communication between us and the QA. Sometimes uh, they had to reach out. They had um, some of the user stories or some of the our work that is not clear, that is not and they're not clear about, and they wanted some clarification. So we had to um, organize, come to terms with, I mean, organization in terms of having a way to foster collaboration and okay, and with that way we're able to organize, I mean, get through a collaborative meeting and all that so that we can, wherever there is some issues in terms of our user stories and things that are not clear about, we had that to be able to clear that misunderstandings. And then next slide. So in this process, where we have learned some things in terms of process improvement, we've learned how to improve our user stories through targeted workshops with the mentors, and learn the use of new tools, e.g. wireframing tools, mind mapping tools, and team collaboration. So these we've learned along the line during this sprint. And so what's the next step for sprint 4? The goal for sprint 4 is going to be the core application functionality. And this is the mind map that we have come up with to guide us for the next sprint as we prepare to go into the next sprint, which I have displayed here for us to see. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Please next slide. Okay, this is Scrum Master stroke APM presentation. Bero is currently unavailable, so I'll just have to merge both presentations together. Okay, the sprint goal, as our previous speaker said, authorization and functionality of mobile responsiveness. Authorization and authorization functionality and mobile responsiveness to date. Next slide, please. Okay, these are the agendas. These are the agenda for this particular demo. Next slide. Okay, these are our team members of the PO. Next slide. Okay, these are our contribution to Sprint 3, where we facilitate Scrum events, organizing and moderating Scrum ceremonies, which include the stand-ups, our planning, review, retro, and refinements, and we will ensure the team understand the Scrum practices and Agile methodology. We identify and remove any impediments blocking the team from working. I will support the product owner in managing the product backlog items, and we also coach the team on Scrum values and also Agile values. Will help in enhancing the team performance and will facilitate communication between the team and the stakeholders. Next slide, please. Okay, work done for this sprint. For sprint 3, we had 24 PBIs planned, 5 from sprint 1, and we committed 19. 2 is in development because the developer didn't have access for I think it's get started, both the mobile device and the get started clickable. One in UAT, the PS need to communicate with the PO on that, and we have 21 completed. Next slide, please. Okay, these are visual aid. Next slide, please. Okay, we created the roadmap, myself and Bill, for this project, and so far so good. We're going well. I will update it as soon as possible. Next slide, please. We'll update it when it matters. This is our capacity for the team, majorly the QA and the developer. Next slide. Okay, this is a cumulative flow diagram. The navy blue shows the work we've completed and so on and so forth. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the velocity for the team for the three sprint, but I'm focusing on sprint three. As you can see, it's planned versus completed. And you can see that we really did well for this sprint. We completed more than what we planned. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the burn down chart. As you can see here, we committed 17 stories for during the sprint planning because of time. And the next year we had to commit the remaining two. That's why you see there's a little bit increase here. And you can see that from 19 to 26, we couldn't do anything, reason being that the team members were paying for their individual demos. So we really couldn't do much for the team from that 19 to 26. And that's why it's like that. And but completed with 88, our average burn down to, and the effort remaining is 3. Next slide, please. Okay, this burn down charts as regards to the product backlog, and same thing I explained for the effort. And you can see here that we have 3 remaining, what I explained earlier, about 2 in depth because of the access issue and 1 in UAT. Next slide, please. Okay, this is a snapshot of the board as of when as of when I collated it yesterday. This was a snapshot. Next slide, please. Okay, we had virtual, and this is a snapshot. And one of the things we really emphasize on is prompt attendance to Scrum ceremonies. And we had to create an action plan to endeavor to communicate with the team much earlier. We communicate early, but we want to make it much earlier and remind them constantly of our meetings. And myself and Beru were asked to take that responsibility. Next slide, please. Okay, the constraint we have is the additional tax. That's the initial demo, and I supposed to be limited access for the developer, so not for the QAs. Limited access for the developer. Next slide, please. Okay, the weeks we had before is a lack of quick response in picking up tasks. So we had to work on that. Though we worked on some part of the team, but we discovered that some other part is still having that issue. So we had to work on the whole team on that. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the impediment log. The updated version, I had to add 2 to it. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the attendance tracker, very solely on this. And for this sprint, it's been great, but not as the previous sprint, which we discussed about majorly on the ritual, and we decided on what to do, which I explained earlier. Next slide, please. Okay, the lesson learned, we had effective communication among team members. We were able to escalate early when issue arise and being proactive, and which I will give kudos to the QAs. They were few at this sprint, and they were able to work on all tasks assigned to them. But however, we have issue with attendance to Scrum ceremonies, which we're discussing now. Next slide, please. Okay, these are the tools we use: Excel, Word, Teams, Miro, PowerPoint, Agile DevOps, and we use VCO in developing the roadmap. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the snapshot of the website. And next slide, please. There's also the snapshot or whatever, and there's a mobile view and there's a mobile view. So in conclusion, we're 88% as regards to the goal. Thank you very, very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Victor Niang, representing the QAs in Sprint 3. I am here to make a demo presentation on what we have done so far in Sprint 3. Meet the team. The QA team is made up of 5 members, 4 active members and 1 inactive member. Next slide, please. Test report. This is a test report for Sprint 3. We had 19 PBIs that we work on. We designed 19 test cases and executed 19 test cases. We have 0 outstanding test case. We raised 6 bugs, and out of the 6 bugs, 4 bugs has been fixed. Not 6 bugs, this is a typo error. Thank you. Next slide. Work done by QAs. These are work done by individual QAs. Victor, like me, I had 6 PBIs that was assigned to me. I designed 6 test cases and executed 6, 0 outstanding test case and 3 bugs raised. This is for 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶𝐄𝐓. She had 5 PBI assigned to her. Next slide. Okay, this is an example of the PBI that was handled by individual QAs. The banner was handled by 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶𝐄𝐓. The footer was also handled by 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶. The third one, which is the bug at which I did the retest here, was handled by me. And the home page static was handled by Florence. Next slide. Okay, this is a slide that shows the validate home page. These are the test cases. It was designed by Florence, and this is validate banner on the home page. It was designed by 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶. Next slide. This shows the test runner, and the green tick indicate that the test is successful. And next slide. This is the retest that was performed by me after I had raised a bug. This is the bug that I raised. The red indicated that indicate the failed items, which is on the PBI, which I work on the footer. About horse, privacy policy, and terms and conditions were missing. So after it has been fixed, this is what was fixed by the developer. Privacy policy, feel free to share your question and terms and conditions. Next slide. This is a screenshot of a bug that was raised by 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶𝐄𝐓. The red ink indicates the important links that we're missing, which is about horse and contact horse help. Next slide. This is the test runner. The red star indicates the features that failed, and this is the wireframe. Next slide. we were introduced into software automation testing. We were introduced into software automation testing, and I will start by defining what software automation testing is. Software automation testing is conducted to improve the efficiency, accuracy, and consistency of testing process in software development, which involve the use of tools to automate repetitive, time-consuming, and resource-intensive testing tasks. So for us to be able to run our automation successfully, we are able to set up some test automation framework, which is number one, the Java automation framework. Next one, next slide. So we install.
Excuse me, sorry, you only have a minute left, okay?
Okay. This is a configuration of the environment variable for Java. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, we add the Java to system pathway. Next slide. We verify that our Java is successfully installed. Next slide. This shows the Maven installation pathway. Next slide. We configure our Maven into environment variables. Next slide. We add our Maven into the system path. Next slide. And we verify that our Maven is successfully installed. Next slide. We also install our IntelliJ framework. Next slide. This is on the desktop after installation. Next slide. We have been able to create a Java Maven project. This is the slide. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Moses Sule. I'm presenting for my team, cybersecurity, as a SOC analyst for BlueSky Citadel, working on Mentor Synergies website development. And here we have a SOC analyst, Adewale Ojo, SOC analyst Mayowa Michael, SOC analyst Moses Sule, which is myself. Our target, which is our goal, is just to discuss about the functions, security awareness, just for us to be aware of the malware as we work together, security tools, achievement, and risk management. So for the function, as security analysts, we are a group of people in the BlueSky Citadel to identify potential threats to the network, as well as the website that is being developed, and also to monitor the networks, and at the same time to analyze it. It's very important also that we respond to any incidents that might occur during this period. We have a networking awareness for Mentor Synergy website development. It's just like creating an awareness for everyone. What is very important is that we use a secured protocol, which is HTTPS, using port 443. At the same time, as we work on this website, we want to make sure that identification and access management IAM is well inculcated into it, is well accepted, and then the use of least privilege is very important. What do I mean by least privilege? I mean that those who do not have any purpose of accessing the website should not have that kind of a privilege to have the password or to have any reason to go in there. At the same time, we want to make use of the MFA, which is a multi-factor authentication, whereby you have to double check through several means, maybe through your phone contacts or through email to double check again, and through also the use of firewalls and the VPN will secure our network. Just as I said, that just a kind of creating an awareness that everyone who is as a team working on this website, we should be aware of attackers that can come in the form of a malware. What do I mean by malware? It means something that can destroy your system or can destroy your network. It comes like in form of a virus. So it can also come as a worm. Virus is when you click any document sent to you either via through email. Worm is special in the sense that it develops in your system without you clicking anything, and it grows bigger and connects to other system. Then we have a
1 minute
Trojan.
left, please. 1 minute left.
Yeah,
Sorry.
another important aspect of it is social engineering. We have shoulder surfing, tailgating phishing, spear phishing. So these are members of BlueSky Citadel working on the. We have Adaeze and Adeneke, all of them. You have to be aware of these various social engineering means where the attackers can attack our network. We have security tools that we use, which is open source. Which one of it is Wireshark that we are working on presently, and we make use of a virus filter, UR void, and log analyzer. In that aspect, we can see one of the work that we've done so far on through the use of a virus filter to ascertain if there's any attacker in any of the network. And at the same time, one of the achievements done by Mayowa is on Wireshark, where he has captured a kind of IP address, HTTP, an IP address that is malicious. And at the same time, Adewale has also worked on the Azure Devil, where he has also encouraged other members to be security conscious as regard to login details, that we must verify everyone that is logging in to Mentor Synergy. Log analysis is also very important, whereby we look at if there's any anomalies that is affecting the network, whereby something that is unusual in our network, we'll be able to mitigate it quickly. It's also very important to let us know that we have some risk management, risks that we encounter. I want all the developer to know that it's very important to work on their code. As you are coding, please make sure that you don't delete any code, and make sure that this website is responsive. It's very important that also that the generality of the system does not have any failure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for those that thank you to everyone that presented, and so I'm going to start with Bravo. Victor, well done. Good content, well done. I think with you presented very well, to be honest. I think what you just need is a bit of more practice, and because at some point you were drifting away. It was like you were having like a communication. It wasn't coming across like you were presenting. It's like you were telling me like this is what you are doing. It was kind of a bit watered down, if you get what I'm trying to say. So, but at some point, like when you were trying to explain the bugs that were raised, I think you did so well in your explanation there. I kind of liked the way you did that. So what I'm going to advise is try and revert to the video and just listen to yourself and score yourself and just pinpoint those places. By the time you yourself listen to it, I think you'll be able to make amends on the places that you feel, oh, this place, I think I didn't do well here. You know, you'll be able to score yourself. You'll be able to rate yourself. I think you should do that. That will help you a lot because in terms of confidence, you have that confidence, but it's just that you just need little improvement, which is all right. It's baby step. I think by the time you do it once or twice again, you get better at it. So well done for putting yourself forward. And it was great content as well. Well done to your team. And for the automation part, I think it was all right. I mean, I think both teams did the same. You just had the bit where you had your installation. I didn't see any of your Java classes, nor the folder structure, which I think that was the last class that was had last week. I didn't see any of that. But like as I said, I don't know if some of you have done that already. So, and I think Rexford did put something on the chat for you guys to make sure that from 1 to 3, you guys have done at least, if not the 3, maybe 2 at least minimum. But yeah, well done. But though I didn't see any of that, I would have loved to see that because the installation part, to be honest, is really nothing. Even though Java installation can be a bit healthy, but that's not the automation. You guys are yet to start. So I was expecting to see it put a structure. That's you coming into it now. And I was expecting to see some Java classes. I didn't see any of that. But other than that, it was all right. Overall, it was great. Well done to you and well done to your team. You guys did very well. And so for the next presentation, I'd like to see more. I'd prefer not to see any of the manual slides. And I mean this, I don't want to see any Azure board being added to the slides. I want only the Java framework, the Java, the automation that you guys will be doing for the next 2 weeks, for the next sprint. So I want everything to be all automation, no manual part. I think we've seen enough of that. This is sprint 3. So now moving forward, going into sprint 4 or thereabout, I don't know. Yeah. So let's see more of the automation part. This is now the real deal. Yeah. So, but well done to you, Victor. Well done to the Bravo team. So, for the dynamic, though no one presented, well done to 𝐖𝐈𝐓𝐇 for stepping forward, even though you knew that you'd be busy, you still took it upon yourself to help the team. And I know you asked someone to present for you. And I think what I'll say to you guys, the feedback you get from here is nothing. It's only to help you a step forward to build you. Don't see it as a bit of, oh, you don't want to be criticized, or if I tell you what I go through, it's normal. Before I got to where I am today, I went through it. I'm not going to go into that. Maybe when we have our prep talk during the QA session, I'll just give you guys a bit of info. So it's normal, whatever you think it might be. Don't be scared that we are all adults, and don't think anything we say to you, it is, I don't know you, you don't know me. So it's not because it's personal or anything. We are just trying to encourage you guys. We are trying to help you guys as much as we can. So this feedback, like I think I said this in the first demo we had, that you guys should take it in good strides. It's nothing. It's just constructive feedback. However, it is how you process it. It is how you take it. And that's how it will work for you. So if you get some feedback that you think, oh, this is it doesn't help you, it's not encourage you, that's the more reason why you should hit hard. I had that. And guess what? What I did was to hit 10 times harder. So that is what you guys need to do. So I think it was Alex, 𝐖𝐈𝐓𝐇 asked to her, presented, and it was like, oh, which I would have taken that into consideration, the fact that it was given to you prior to the meeting, just few minutes before the presentation rather. So I wouldn't have even condemned your presentation skill. That would have even helped your team. So even at workplace, you can be called upon at any time to present. They would not give you time to get ready. Just get used to it. And the more you present, the more it builds your confidence. You are here to make that mistake. Because by the time you are out there, you're not going to tell them, oh, I'm sorry, oh, this. No. Make all the mistakes here and get all the corrections here. And trust me, once you make that mistake, it will stick, it will sink, it will assimilate. You will never make that mistake again. Because now you will remember that, oh, this was the mistake I made that day. That this person said this to me. So you will never repeat such mistake. That is how you move forward in life. So, but if I'm going to give you guys feedback, which is dynamic based on your contents, is the one of the slide which was the box slide, which I think we need to take that into the parking lot. Which I don't understand that bug. I wish someone would have explained that bug to me, because the part that was circled, which was mental bits and the URL, I don't know what the reason for that bug. I would need that to be explained to me maybe by Wednesday. And we need to look into that if it's a proper bug that was raised there. Then there was some typo error as well, which was really, really ridiculous. I'm sorry. I need you guys to go back to that slide and look at the box, the slide that says bug in particular. I don't understand what whoever, okay, if that's Adenike anyways, maybe it was because you were in a hurry. But yeah, but Adenike, take note of that. So I'll let that slide for now. And then on one of the slides, you had a placeholder text. So I'll take it again. It's maybe because you did it in a hurry. And then for the automation bit, there were no Java classes, neither were there any folder structure slides. Again, so the feedback I gave to Bravo applies to you guys as well. So for the next presentation, I want to see more of automation slides, no more manual slides, please. And I mean it. If you add any manual slide, I'm not gonna I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me not see anything that, yeah, but I don't want it, to be honest. I don't want to see any manual slide. I think we've seen enough. So let's get down to the real deal, which is the automation bit. And yeah, but well done to Adenike, well done for standing up for your team when Mary needed you the most. And I just want to say congratulations to everyone. I'll leave it there. Thank you, Laomi and Damisala. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good evening. So I'll just give my feedback on the BAs, and I just want to build on what Rita said. There's nothing that is being said here that is to, criticize anyone. Is supposed to be constructive. So even when it sounds harsh and it sounds hard, don't, please, it's not coming from any bad place. We've all been here, and if I produce this kind of work, this is what I want someone to tell me. They say it's your friend or someone that loves you that tells you when you're making a mistake. So it's better that you get the feedback from here, that you go out and make those same mistakes. So I just want to preface anything I'm saying with that as well. It's not coming from a harsh place, but honestly, I will struggle a bit. I mean, I will definitely point out the good things I saw, but I won't be doing anyone justice if I just go away and not say what I really, really thought. So please take everything, as coming from that perspective. So I'll just talk about Chris from Bravo, because your presentation is the only BA presentation I had. So well done on presenting. I always, I know how presenting is usually very difficult for me. So when someone takes, the step to present rather than, not show up, it's definitely commendable. So I just want to commend you for that, for presenting as well. So well done. However, before I go into all that, let me talk about the good things I saw. So Thank you. I saw your glossary. Really, really great. Absolutely great. It was I think it's the first artifact I'm seeing. So well done for that. I like that you guys said that you worked on 22 or 21 PBIs for this sprint. And I know it's just you and Constance that are the only BAs in that group. So between the two of you, if you guys worked on that many PBIs, well done. I keep telling BAs that the PBIs you work on is for your benefit. You learn with each user story you write. They're so different. So as much experience as you can get is really good. So I like that you guys, spend time on the PBIs and you were able to create that many. So well done on that. But I'll just go now to the other things that I think, I want to say that, like I said, take with a pinch of salt, is coming from a good place. I would have definitely liked to see more. This is sprint 1, sprint 2 level of presentation. You should have been a bit further than this by now, in my opinion. Because the reason why we do this together is so you won't only wait till it's your turn to present before you learn something. You're learning from every other BA that has presented, and you want to improve on their work. So you look at everything that has been done, you take the feedback that people have received, and you build on it. So that means that your improvement from sprint 1 to sprint 2 is not just sprint 1 to sprint 2, is every other person's improvement that you're getting, every other person's mistake, every other person's commendation. You're adding it to your own so that your growth is exponential. You only have 3 months. So you can't just, build, just be crawling. I expected a lot more, especially Chris. I know you are able to do a lot more. So I really, really expected a lot more. The amount of PBIs, you talked about 20 PBIs. I didn't really see them. I think you showcased 3. And then even your presentation as well. If you hear from other people's presentation, firstly, I understand that you were not timed. So I think you took about 15 minutes to present. So if you're in a situation where you're not given a particular time frame, you can time yourself. You know that these presentations don't go, beyond a particular time. So you can time yourself and make your presentation high level. If someone wants more detail, they could always ask you. But we don't ask you because we tell you, put your detail on the slides. If you guys have done 20 PBIs, put the screenshot of all the PBIs there. But don't read the PBIs. At the point we're reading your PBIs, why? There's no BA that has presented that has read their PBI before. That's not how to do. You're giving a high-level presentation of what you've done during the sprint. We don't want you to read the PBI. Show us the screenshots. We'll go down and read it ourselves if we want to. You just started. There was because you were the first presenter. A lot of times, BAs slide in with, the Scrum Masters and the ADMs, because the ADMs, they do all the initial presentation. This is our mandate. This is what we're supposed to do. Because you were the first person, you didn't have any of that preamble. So there was nothing. If I was just coming to this presentation and I don't know what you're working on, I won't have any idea. There was no information about what you were working on. You just went straight into it. And then I started reading PBIs. Why? I don't want that detail. Because you had too much time, you just took your time and you were going into a lot of detail and it wasn't necessary. So if you already know what you want to present, you have 5 minutes, you have your slides ready, you've prepared, you've rehearsed. I want to hit this, bam, 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 bam. You come and you do your presentation and you go, even though no one is timing you. So I firstly, there wasn't enough detail. The detail you did add, you now went into excruciating detail as to the few user stories you had. It wasn't necessary. If you had 20 user stories, put screenshots of them there, and then you'll say, these are the PBIs we worked on, and you move on to something else. I liked the glossary, like I said, but that's the only artifact we've seen. Where's your process map? Why your stakeholder matrix? Where's your RACI? These are some artifacts that BAs, by this stage, you should have them already, and you have the information. There's no information you want to use to create a stakeholder matrix or a RACI or a process map that you don't already have. So just following on what Olami said, everyone's dragging. It's like you guys have a lot of time. I know you say there's a lot of pressure, but I don't feel that pressure. I don't see it in what you guys are doing. So I wanted a lot more, honestly, and I expected that by this stage you'd have gone further. But again, kudos, you are still the only BA that presented regardless. So whatever it is, I'm saying no BA from Dynamics is getting that feedback, because at this point, they haven't even presented anything, which I don't understand. I don't understand that one. Your demo is coming up. You just didn't present anything. You just left. So yeah, I guess that's something else we'll probably have to talk about. But well done on that. But again, build on the successes and the criticisms of other BAs. Don't wait until it's your turn. Go and look at what other people have done. What has been commented on, add it to your presentation. What has not been commented on, remove it from your presentation. Watch the videos. It's not good for you to just come and it's like, oh, this is the first time I'm presenting, and everything that has been said previously, you haven't used it in any of your presentations. So I expected a lot more. And I hope that maybe it's the festive season, everyone has checked out. Maybe that's it. So maybe by the time we come in January, we'll see something better. But kudos on presenting. No one can take that from you. You've done, you've come and you've presented something. But honestly, especially from you, I knew you can deliver a lot better. And I expected a lot more. So hopefully by the time you're presenting again, we'll see that improvement. So I'll just, I think that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Well done to the cybersecurity team. That was a lovely presentation. The confidence from Moses, I'll say I like the confidence, and that's the good thing. However, lots of improvements, especially the slides. I think it was done in a rush. It wasn't well put together. It lacks detailed. From the outline, I can see it doesn't really match and correspond with the content on the slide. So many things were written, but it's not adding up together. In terms of the log analysis, I'll start from there. There wasn't really enough detail. I know Lady Pat talked a lot about the different ways to analyze logs. Everything was just on the slide, and there wasn't really anything from, if a layman is looking at it, it's really not like, it's not tying up. Everything is just scattered on the whole slide. And you also mentioned something about the malware. You talked about virus, and I think for a simple definition of virus, I think you said something like, if it's something that you click and it will affect your system or something like that. So I think next time it's good for you to like prepare ahead. So if you have different topic or different words that you want to like explain or give the meaning, you should be able to like know exactly how to differentiate your virus from worms, which one is the ransomware. So if you've listed them there, you should be able to like quickly run through and tell us what each one represents. So the good thing again, you talked about the network awareness on the Mentor Synergy website. I like how you explained the least privilege asset, which is a form of access control. Very good. You talked about the MFA as well. However, your time management wasn't too good. And like some of the other mentors have mentioned, I think it would be good for you to practice anything you want to come here to talk about. Do like few practice to be able to time yourself, while also putting into consideration that you are covering like the most important details. Not that when you have like 1 minute to go, that's when you start rushing the remaining part. So focus on the detailed and the most important thing you really want to present, not just talking about things that are not really so important. And also, another thing you talked talked about monitoring of the network, responding to security incidents. It would have been good if you tell us how you intend to carry that one out as well. You also showed us the OSINT tools. Like I said, everything was just listed there. You put the Wireshark, Virus Total. It's hard for us to know what each one does. And the screenshot you also have there, I think there is one you put Mayowa's achievements, someone else's achievement. It shows that as a team, you shouldn't do that, like putting each individual name on each screenshot. So it will have been like the whole team. So if you can correct that one next time, not putting someone's name on an individual's name on the screenshots. And the Wireshark as well, we did a lot of things. I was expecting you to talk more about other protocols we talked about in the class, and so other details were missing. It was just so simple. So next time, please, I would want to see enough details, improvements in your time management, and also incorporate more artifacts into your presentation. Well done, and please take it in good faith. Next time, we want to see you come back better and stronger. Thank you very much.
Your meet the team, however, not too good. I'm sure Damisola forgot to record because she thought I was just talking generally, but it's fine. So you'll meet the team. You could probably try another format. It's not too pleasing to the eyes. Yeah, just try something else. But that doesn't take away anything from you. Still okay. So I'll be telling you about the things I like and I didn't like just as we go. Then I like all the contributions you put in. You put in about 7 contributions, if I'm not mistaken, and it was good, right? But remember, did you always rings the bell on your responsibilities as a Scrum Master? So maybe the next one, you're not in sprint 1, you're not in sprint 0, you're not even in sprint 2, you're in sprint 3. I will try not to speak too much on what the other mentors are saying. Let me take a step back. Now, all what the other mentors have said to their rules, it covers for every other rule. So please, whatever they are saying, just speak it and apply to yourself. I will not stop saying it, and I won't get tired of saying it. Life not by head. Fight for your own jacket, right? In this life, you fight for your own jacket. So anything they've said, it might sound as if they're talking to the QAs, but listen very well. You see that they're talking to you also. Please, so take it and grab it. Now, as I'm talking about this responsibility, I'm not talking to Miracle. I'm talking to everybody. So you've listed all your responsibilities, like, the contributions you do within the sprint and everything, which is cool, 7, right? But ideally, we should be seeing 15, 20, 25. Let me not even exaggerate. Let's leave it at 15 to 20. Because the more of these things you have, the more you keep saying them, when you get to interviews or you get tapped with an elevator pitch, Rita mentioned something like that at work, they can call you any second to make a presentation. I like giving examples. I did Marketplace on Friday. I wasn't expecting to do a presentation, but something came up that I had to say, some things off the top of my head. And remember, you can't say anything false. You can't say anything. So you just have to be equipped at all times. So that's the part of my life I call battle ready. You can't catch me unawares. Child. So that's what I like to try to tell SM. Always be battle ready. Try not to be caught unawares, right? Not like you're putting a defensive front. If you don't know something, you speak up that you don't know it. But if you do, right, you say what you need to say. So don't get trapped. So this is to everybody, but not just the essence. But essence, please beware. So Miracle, you put like 7 points. Subsequent ones, let's see 15, 20. The more you have, the more options you have for your CV, the more it even sticks to your head. Like if you have 15 things, there's probability of you remembering 5 on the spot. But if you have like 7, you might just remembering 2 or 3. That's life for you. So just put in more contributions of what you do within the sprint. Because if I start to reel them out, you'll be surprised and say, oh, really, I do this? You really do them. So please note them down as you're saying. Now, I also like clarity of the work done. At some point, I had to look at it like 2-3 times. Then I went to your velocity on your board to look at it again and saw that it's commensurable to what I'm seeing in your velocity, that you guys completed 21 PBS. That's a fantastic job. However, I will still not give you kudos because compared to, you've been coming from sprint 0, 1, 2, 3, you've done 4, 1, right? which was really, really not a scratch. I know you're just starting. So if I want to check the 21 items, I know some of them are coming from Thy Kingdom Come. So officially, you've moved from sprint 1 to 2 to 3 before you now completed into 3. I'm happy you completed it, but I'm not going to clap for you. But this is a good completion that you did a lot within the sprint. And I'll also borrow some of Uzo's words. I'm not saying it from a point of wanting to nail you, but this is how I view it. And I want to believe this is how your managers will also view it. They're happy you've completed it, but you've gone way beyond your timeline. You've carried it from the start of the sprint. I remember vividly, even in sprint 1, I'm not sure you guys even, made a presentation or something, So because of that is what will not make me give you all the kudos that applies to you committing 19 tickets, right? Finishing 21 PBIs within the sprint. So you need to note this. So next sprint, when you're committing tomorrow into sprint, start and finish. The word commitment should be what should be resonating to you. You're committing to do something. Do the needful to get it done. That's how I see it. You don't, except if the impediment is beyond, something that you can't remove the blocker within the sprint. The real meaning of a sprint, The real meaning of a sprint, that's the user story in that sprint, is that minute amount of work you want to do within that sprint from start to finish to give you an increment at the end of the day. So you need to be mindful of it. Now, the reason I'm stressing on this is because this is your baby, right? This is your own role. Own your role. You need to own your role by ensuring all these things are done. Guess what? You're not the one doing the actual work. But your work is to make sure the people doing the actual work gets it done. If they don't get it done, it's your failure. Though we still always take it as a team because it's agile. We take it as the team's failure, but no, it's your failure. Now, agile will not come out to you outrightly to tell you that that's a failure, but guess what? It's a failure. Yeah, we say we learn fast, we pick it up again, but it's a failure on your part personally as an SM. You need to make sure your team are doing what they need to do. You don't get tired. You don't get, I'm chasing them. No, make it work. That's what you're paid for, right? You're paid for it to be done. So that's what you need to do. You can't tell your managers that they're not working. I've told them, no, it cannot happen. So own your role. So let me move forward so I can finish quickly, so we can still finish within time. Then I wasn't sure what you're selecting your visual aids was about, but maybe you can share that with me. But I'm not sure why that even came in. Now your roadmap, well done, kudos. Your roadmap was very beautiful. However, I know you said you're going to work on it, but next time, don't give us past relief plan. You did your release for November. We're already in December. Please don't show us that if you have not repaired it. So do the needful. But really good work on even attempting to have a roadmap. That was fantastic. Well done. Yeah. Well done. Okay, so moving on. Your capacity. Well done also for having capacity for all your team. And I saw that you only put, the capacity for the developers. That's the developers, QA, all the people you needed to do, which is fantastic. Well done. However, guess what? All the activities are all unassigned. Did you forget to assign them? And within this, your talk today, you said this person is not around, this person is not around, this person is not doing this person is not doing that. Nothing like that is even reflecting in this. Nobody's days are off, nobody's days are. So why are you showing us your capacity? Do you just want to screen munch? I can screen munch something and put it there too, right? So whenever you show these things, it should be intentional. You're not just showing it because you say, I remember capacity, let me quickly munch and put it there. No. What you're showing us, is it making sense to us? Is it depicting something? Everything is unassigned. So I don't know the person that is a developer there. If not that I know 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍 before now, because this is my program, right? So I know. But if not, I would have been wondering who is 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶hukwu here? What's she doing? She just says her capacity per day is 1. Who is she? I don't know if she's the developer. I don't know if she's in testing. I don't know what. So please, those things are actually important. There are reasons why these things are put in place. It helps you as a team to even know what you're doing, right? Moving forward. Your cumulative flow diagram, I like how you escaped that part. You just said, the blue part is the activities. I smiled. I was like, okay, I understand, right? I like that at least you tried to explain. I know maybe because of pressure of time. And I also saw that there's so much activity, within your flow diagram. So you see, when you are doing cumulative flow diagram, you need to make sure that you have the right chart that is readable and understandable to you as a person. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't understand it as an SM, how does your team want to understand it? So you will go back and learn this CFD. If you need to drag any of your mentors or something to explain it to you, we'll tell you what it's about, right? So we did the CFD. Anything that is not even like all your things in PBI, if they are playing here, then they shouldn't be here. Because I'm seeing up to 50 something. It's already, there's some that the average is up to like 50 something. So that means that there's something wrong. That means your PBIs are attached to this community. You can remove some unnecessary things. It should be when your it should be within something like your cycle time will be things playing around your cumulative flow diagram. So but you can just look at it and have better understanding. And even if you don't want to even remove all those jargons inside, that you just want to leave it from PBI all the way to done, it's still fine, but you need to know the explanations to what they are. Because if you just see a diagram like this, it means that it just came to show us that you want to put CFD there, and the CFD is not making any sense to me. So, but well done for attempting to try to explain, what the deepest color is. I think you just picked the deepest color. Really well done. Moving forward, for your velocity, well done. Your velocity has grown. I'm not going to repeat what I said that I wasn't going to clap for you, but I'll clap for you for this one because you took your time to explain velocity. I was happy that you tried a bit, to talk about the velocity, okay? So then your bond down chart, this was the one you chewed. I like that you explained that you committed 17 and then you get later added 2 to make up the 19. So as you were saying, it was now making up the number in front. It was when you got to this cumulative flow diagram, your bond down rather, that made me believe that, something must be going on that for you guys to complete 21, PBI. So that was really fantastic. This is the only part of the chart that you chewed very well. So for me, to an extent, you mastered your burn down charts to an extent. So please do the same and replicate to the others. They are important artifacts for Scrum Masters to know, like the back of your palm, for your team. So at any time, you can derive and tell anyone, where is left, what is outstanding, what is, remaining work that is left to be done for this, team and everything. So really well done, kudos on that. I'm moving on quickly. Sprint burn down, almost the same thing. Then your board view, I like that you put the screenshot. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary for that, but it's good you showed that. That was fantastic too. Your retrospective board, I really like that. And the reason I like the retro board was the fact that you spoke about the action plan. And in my head, I was waiting that God will help me. Let miracle not tell me that there was action and owned by somebody. And if you wowed me by saying yourself and Bero owned that action, which is very fantastic. Make sure you follow through on that. That's a very good plus for the team. Well done, team. Bravo for that. That was really nice. And I like that you focus. And communication is one of the key things that can make a team move forward. So really well done. Then I like the constraints. I like that you mentioned some of your constraints, but you can always tell us how you have removed this constraint, right? You just mentioned them. I didn't feel the vibes of how you removed them. I'll tell you the same thing when it comes to the risk. The risk, you just brush through it to that, okay, lack of quick response, something. I think I know that, yeah, lack of quick response. And you said, and then we resolved it and everything, right? These are the things that you should use to capture us when you're doing a presentation. How did you remove it? You can say it in just one sentence. You did this. We had to do a couple of training for the team members to get to understand, that this is this. Or we did a workshop on this, or we did a brown bag session on it. Just mention exactly what you did to resolve that risk. Or we had a one-on-one with the team members that were involved. Anything. Just tell us exactly what you did in one sentence. You don't need to sleep, but you just said it and shoved it aside. That okay, these people have seen risk. I put risk there. Check. I've put it. Is one of the nice things that I've put. No. Please, in your presentation. So I don't want to talk about your presentation skills yet, yeah? So I don't waste too much time, but when you're presenting, we want to know what you did to resolve the thing. Quick, you don't need to dwell on it, right? Just quickly. Then I like your updated impediment log. I also try to look at the dates to be sure that, okay, it's not like the things you did from sprint one you're still carrying. No, I'm seeing that dates are changing and all that. It was beautiful to see that. I hope I caught all I needed to catch on that too. And I like that you're still, holding forth on the attendance tracker, although your attendance is a bit low, which boils back to you. You are the one to motivate your squad to see the reason why they should be in here, right? So you need to take that ownership, Miracle, and every other Scrum Master within this, that are listening to me right now. You need to own your game. If your team members are away, it's on you, right? Yes, we don't micromanage within Agile. You can't chase somebody like a baby, but at the same time, you should give the person reason to want to want to be part of that team. You have to keep your team interesting. You have to keep your team up to speed of things and everything. Once the person is absent just once, quickly find out, quickly do that quick pursue. Are you okay? Just checking in, is everything okay? So if there's anything, you can catch it on quickly than when the person has left for 4 or 5 consecutive times. Laziness would have set in or something, or the person would have, gone deep into why they withdrew in the first place. So always catch things quickly, right? And try and improve your attendance for the next, sprint. But well done on keeping on that. I like the lesson learned. The tools and everything. Great. No need to dwell too much on that. Yeah. There was something I remembered about the risk earlier. So when I spoke about the risks and told you, you should have spoken about coaching and all that. After that, also, you see, there's something we call problem-solving skills. When you've resolved a risk like that, because there are different ways to take up risks. I won't go into this, whether to mitigate it or this, not that. But it's more of that thing. Do you think is going to happen again? So just remember, don't just put risk for us. Is that risk? Is this something that you have really, really, really resolved? Because sometimes you can just do fire brigade approach to resolve a risk, and then the risk will reoccur again, and that's sheer waste of time. So even if you do a fire brigade to quench that risk, what have you done to stop it from happening again? You need to be mindful of all those things. Those things are important and makes your team as a whole. These little things is what keeps Scrum Master role still on the high side. Some people keep wondering why Scrum Master role, gets maybe the bigger attention than, and it's because of the amount of responsibility on your shoulder. If you're not taking up that responsibility on your shoulder and not doing the same, there will belittle our role and our role becomes irrelevant. So please be very mindful of all those. I already mentioned the tools you used and all that. Oh, I also like the fact that you put a lot of web environment, not web environment now, just screenshots of your application in general. It's good to see that. I liked that. One of the things I really liked was, when you said at the end of the presentation, I think that was the icing I really liked, when you said that your achievement was up to 88% to the goal. I liked that. That means you put a measurement in place. It's very good to always hear that. I hope the measurement was very correct, or as correct as it can be. But hearing that tells me that you have intention of finishing this, project before the, end date and all that. You are catching on. I think that was a good catch for me. I really liked that you mentioned that. Then lastly, as regards your presentation skills, so let me tell you how I felt. Your presentation skills is not bad. Confidence is not your problem or anything as such. Even if it is, maybe it's not something I perceived. So, but you didn't keep me interested. You were a bit sloppy, okay, let me just run us through this. And then our risk, and then I think it's only 1 or 2 times that I saw that you loved that slide that you spoke. The other things, you just took us through them because you are doing a presentation. It shouldn't be so. Keep us interested, say the interesting things. I don't know if it was Esther I mentioned now. If you have practiced a couple of times, right, it will make you have more points to want to say. So you need to learn to practice your presentation a bit. I'm not even the type to use mirror to practice. Just check 1 or 2 things, try and repeat them, make sure that you're using the right buzzwords and all that, and put them in place. Because I wasn't hearing a lot of buzzwords from you. I wasn't feeling the vibe of that you're on top of your game. And guess what? You're on top of your game. Show me you are in sprint 3. Show me that you're on top of your game. Now, to all the essence, right? Your responsibility, you're not owning your role. Let me just put it that way. The responsibility of your team falls straight on your head, right? If you don't want people like me or Damisola or Deji to intrude in your team by doing micromanaging, stop us by making sure this kind of things does not happen again. What you did today in general wasn't too good. This is not these people did not bring this, these people did not bring this. It just meant that the Scrum Masters were not on top of their game. Scrum Masters, please, subsequently, let's desist from this. Well done, everyone, and thank you very much. Well done, Miracle. It was a very good one, really. I might have just picked on the things I felt you could do better on. Doesn't mean you didn't do them very well. And I'm not trying to butter you up. You know me, I will always show you shaky, but you did well, but please try and improve too. So I want to see you come all out in sprint 4 and give us the best shot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Damisola.
Arton as I'm gonna put my Arton as a mentor, right? So this happens as well. You have 10 stories in the sprint, right? Eventually the product owner comes with another 2 stories, making 12, right? But you know that you can only do those 10 stories, right? But these 2 that the product owner brought are very, very important, and you need to do them. What you need to do from agile perspective, because you are going to commit to what you can deliver. So you will take 2 stories out at the same time as you are bringing those 2 stories. So your burn down will not have any effect. Do you get it now? And your metric will still be the same thing. Do you get it now? 6 point out, 6 point in, and you deliberate. Oh, PO, you are bringing 2 new stories, and because of that, we are removing these new stories. That's one thing that happens at work. But I can say well done for what you guys have done. And now looking into next presentation, it's going to be in 2 folds anyway, because it's going to be the final one that we're going to do, right? So on that day, we are going to do individual presentation as well as group presentation. And this is what we're going to do, right? At the same time that individual presentation, at the same time that the group presentation is going, right, we would also do individual presentation in the breakout room. That would be myself and maybe a few mentors anyway, right? So where we are going to, be going through the presentation. And individual presentation, to be honest, there's no presentation anyway. What I need from you is one simple question, right? So I'll say maybe 2, 5 minutes, or maybe it might be 3 minutes, right? So if you have to speak to a recruiter, right, what are you going to say to a recruiter when a recruiter calls you and you got your first call and hello, is that JJ? I got your CV, blah, blah, blah. What are your pitch? What are you going to do? So I want you to write them down, but I don't want you to read them. In fact, I will say that be on camera if you can, to be honest, because I'll be able to give you feedback, right, in how you, in terms of how you deliver your facial expression, your confidence as well. So that what we're going to do next week. There we will do the team presentation, but at the same time, we would also do individual presentation simultaneously, right? So, like I said, individual presentation will be you speaking to me as a recruiter. One good question that you're going to answer is, tell me about yourself. Do you get it now? But you don't need to have the question. It's basically how you can be able to interact with a recruiter. But if you, within 2 or 3 minutes, you need to deliver that. So I can give you feedback. Okay. All right. Thank you. But to be honest, I can say, organization, you guys kind of didn't do very well today in terms of organizing yourself together. But having said that, that did not take away the work ethic, what you guys have done through the sprint. But I think you could have done better by putting everything that you've done out there. Do you get it now? which I think is really, really good. Yeah. Okay. All right, over to you, Damsala. Yeah.